And we're on. Hello, dear viewers. Welcome to JFSG, Just for Grade Without Acronyms, the podcast I do so I can get a good grade. Now, what do you think if we SWTP? In acronym, that will be to start with today's program. I am your host, Juan Gonzalez, and today I will talk to you about school laptops. So we all have different opinions about laptops, whether they are heavy or oh my god, this is too waiting along with everything I'm carrying. And while both may be true, which they are, they can also be useful. Put yourself in the situation that you're a student with too much homework. And right now we're living a time where notebooks at this point are just props inside your backpack. School laptops facilitate access to homework. It is true that before they were not personal. They were all in a room available, but let's say that people are not very aware about everything they do. So the laptops were left without charging, or they were left in the middle of the rooms, which is not good for teachers, by the way. These laptops are there also in case of having to use screens as the only way to interact in a classroom again, pandemic stuff, to be able to facilitate technological access to a device, so that the student can carry out their activities correctly. According to sources, a school spends between 60 and 75 billions of dollars for educational technology. Again, billions. Now, you probably thought the first time you saw that replacing parts or a whole computer equals $200, which annoy because you have another responsibility. You'll say it's a government scan or something like that. But compared to the amount the school pay, that is again between 60 and 75 billion for these pieces of technology. If you think that this is a lot, maybe it is time that you start reflecting on the prices of current consoles or any other expensive devices that interest. Well, let's talk about the laptop itself. This is not Red's laptop, things as they are. It's not the most modern, but we can spec school laptops to look like your neon show in Las Vegas. But this laptop has the worst batteries. It's like the laptop uses life just to keep Schoology open. And even if you have better equipment, the school restricts the use of these personal devices, whether they are laptops or cell phones. For the sake of this broadcast not being targeted by whoever runs censorship in the educational system, I will refrain from my opinions regarding school rules. Changing the subject, I will talk about the problems that can sometimes arise as a teacher when someone does not behave correctly with their laptop. If being a student is playing chess, being a teacher is playing chess, but being 500 steps ahead of the student. Teachers must be ready for precedents. For example, a student may forget his laptop. The classroom still has laptops that they can use, so that's fine. There may be no internet. In that case, the teacher will have to think of some way of teaching. Not to say that if there are no alternatives, the student may delay work, which complicates the process of placing grades, which is already quite exhausting. Another topic that I would like to talk about is the page blocker. This thing prevents you from entering pages with local games or any other page that can be considered entertainment. Social networks are also blocked, which is correct to me because it doesn't sound like a good idea either pull out your private information on a student device. Something that I find interesting is that although most are blocked, it is still possible to access game pages. The blocker is a good idea, since it prevents the student from searching for inappropriate content or being distracted from their I don't know about you, but if I were a teacher, I wouldn't want to find my student with a sentence as inappropriate as high temperature grandma's baking cookies for their grandson after bedtime in their search bar. Another rule that exists is that you cannot download programs on a laptop, and you can only use the integrated ones. It is a good rule to prevent the maintenance process due to the presence of viruses. Although, there are still people who somehow manage to install the famous game. What's up? Why can't I say it? I guess I don't know brand presence. Let's see. We need to extend this a bit more, so maybe sharing some tips based on what I know about my laptop will help you. Tip number 1. Keep the laptop in one place. This prevents you from getting headaches when trying to find it. For example, I will always keep it in my bag or on a small table when I'm going to charge it. Which leads me to the tip number 2. Charge the laptop. Seriously, charge the laptop. This has happened to me a few times already where I find that it doesn't charge the laptop. And I can use it, so before bed or at least at night, plug it in and then you can do whatever you want. You can also take the alternative to worldwide charging in your classroom. Tip number 3. Preserve the battery. Once you finish what you were doing, turn it off immediately. Turning it off every time you finish what you do saves energy and avoids excessive energy consumption that the laptop has to do just to stay on. As I said before, these are tips based on my experience with the school laptop. To conclude, although they may seem like a nuisance, laptops are objects of the most importance and they should be. Since the school pays between 60 and 75 million to obtain devices like this, The fact that they bothered to offer these laptops to students and give them more accessibility is something quite admirable in my opinion. And the moral of the day is, remember to charge your laptop, keep it in a safe place, or else you will literally pay dearly. And although it is true that the relief that you will feel once you finish your year and have the whole summer free of the weight may seem heavy, you will feel incredible. I am Juan Gonzalez. Remember, do your homework, knock before entering the bathroom, wash your hands, and remember, I only do this for the grade.